Hello everyone and welcome to another All the Mods video. And to start off today, I'm just going to show you a couple patches I did around the house. You see, now we have plenty more mobs being killed over here to fix some of our issues, mainly the gold and stuff like string to make wool and the glowstone and also redstone. Those are some very important aspects that you were not getting and now we're getting tons of. And well, let me tell you, that mob farm is insane. But it's also at the same time, if something goes wrong down there, a lot of entities just stay there. So I'll definitely revisit the mob farm system anytime in the future to make it better. Because if a sword, like if there's too many swords there, the system clogs up, and yeah, that's not bad. No, sorry, that's not good. So I decided to void any gems that we get from here plus quivers, because that chest was full, then yeah, things were going bad. That being said, there was a couple extra upgrades around the base, mainly more inscribers over here. They're doing the same recipes as these ones, so to not complicate anything so far. And I added a couple things over there as well. And most importantly, this guy. Went and grabbed the villager. I made it cleric so we can trade for ender pearls, so we can grab a bunch of free ender pearls, because we're farming emeralds down below, so we can waste as many as we want. But why do we need that many emerald or ender pearls? Because of this thing right next to me. See, this guy was consuming a lot of my ender pearl essence that we were getting from mystical agriculture, so we decided to make that guy to, well, save on ender pearls and still gain, because that guy is producing a lot of them. So what's happening over here? We're farming entro crystals, yes, and the entro crystals are similar to quartz, as in the same way that they use a budding quartz, and then they are powered with a growth accelerator, and I'm using an advanced block breaker to farm the clusters. Now this guy is not flawless like this one, so we will eventually decay back down into a Certus quartz block. And that's where we need to break him, store him for anything we might need, and then replace it. And how do we make those? We make those by placing blocks of flux. Oh my god, I combined the both words. Blocks. No, it's a flux block. And then we right click it with an entro seed. So we're using an advanced block placer, an advanced clicker, and an advanced block breaker. This guy breaking the clusters, and it's also breaking the Certus quartz blocks, which is perfect. It's literally all the setup that we possibly could need over here. It's amazing. I also added some kiwi. We might want to use this to build. I love this block. This block is very versatile to build and stuff like that. I really like it. Plus, it's used to making these extractors, and we're also farming the amethysts as well. And I did not know that could grow there. That being said, you guys actually pointed out in the comments that yes, we kind of don't need this, because if you take a look at the functional storage actually is a way to farm lava and farm water and obsidian. Like, it makes all of them inside the drawer directly. So we kind of don't need any of this setup. Like, I can literally just put this obsidian generator in there and we'll get tons more obsidian, probably even faster. So now we just place this here and we should be getting a lot more obsidian. And over here in the upstairs, I actually made the enchantment library, which is probably gonna help us a lot here. Now if you take a look at this recipe so you guys know what I did, basically I already had a bunch of these made up because I had a few pufferfish laying around. So I just I had these ones made, and then I had to enchant them in order to make myself the infused seashells. Which, that being said, I probably need to break these or make more and infuse them, something like that. I don't know, maybe to get higher levels. But basically, I wanted this because we can toss over here any enchantment books, and this will remember all of the enchantments that it had. And then you can pull, like, for example, an Aqua Affinity, Berserker's Fury, Bane of Anthropods. I think that's okay. That goes there. And go all the way up to level 9 Blessing. As you can see, it pretty much goes all the way up to the maximum level of the books that you put in. So I only put Bane of Anthropods 4. Yes, so I can only pull out a level 4 Bane of Anthropods. See where I'm going with this? So if I had a level 5, I could take a level 5 out. That's how it works. But today we are focusing on this, our mystical agriculture farm. As we went over on the last episode, that is a very overpowered combo, and we're gonna take advantage of that. I'm also gonna take it a step further. You see, the setup that we're gonna be using today is gonna use a hoe. See, initially I want to put the farms in here, inside of this compact machine. But since I quite like to build, I kind of want to put at least one of the farms out here, you know, and start building up the island. I don't want the island to just look like this, you know. I want to make it look good in every single aspect. So if I can place a bunch of buildings here and there to just increase the overall amount of stuff that's happening in the island, I will. And mainly because I actually found this out. That actually Editions adds a greenhouse glass. I'm not sure this boosts the crops in any sort of way, but I'm willing to find out. So I'm gonna make these. Now, in order to make these, we need any type of glass with any type of sapling, but we need empowered Pavis crystals, and these come from the Empowerer, with prismarine shards, Pavis crystals, and cyan dye. Now, the Pavis crystals is pretty much just lapis lazuli hit with an atomic reconstructor. The cyan dye, though, we could use cactus and blue dye, or we can make some dye seeds and make it out of there. Now, the prismarine shards, we have prismarine essence. That's a non-issue. So the issue is only cyan dye and the Pavis crystals themselves. And you try to prepare everything for the video and you still end up missing stuff. Because apparently I don't have enough quartz for what I want to do. But hey, while we're here, we can actually show you this thing to the test. So we just do this, we power ourselves up, and we go to town. Now, there's a little bit of an issue with this, is that there's so many buffs going on that I cannot see the enemy's health. It doesn't seem to be able to kill me. Like, these guys never seem to be able to kill me because I have a lot of lifesteal and stuff, but I never see their HP, so I just hit them until they die. And that's when I realized I can actually use another villager to grab me some quartz blocks as well. And hey, people actually want to see a little bit more of me doing some stuff, so I'm actually going to show you my plans for now. Now, you see, we do have that thing over there to farm in some essence. We're gonna swap it over and we're gonna put it into one of these two plots. Same with that over there. We're gonna bring it all the way over here. But I don't want this building to just be farming mystical agricultural seeds. I wanted to actually do some addition stuff as well. And to do that, we also need some space for cables that we're gonna be having down here, and maybe and upstairs that will actually do some extra stuff, because for the moment we need to automate. I want to automate, we don't need to, but I want to automate the Empowerer, and I also want to automate the, what's it called, this guy, the atomic reconstructor, so we can actually tell our computer to do some things and it will automatically do it. Now, to power some of my machinery, I'm actually gonna go with some power ender gates, because I really love these because they're so small and so easy to use. Well, it's a little bit tricky to set up, but they're so very simple to use. I say tricky to set up because you need an ender cell. First of all, this is what you're gonna get, and you're gonna get multiple channels, and if you make the nitro version, you'll get all the way up to 12 channels. The spirited will probably be working just fine for us. So imagine you have this bad boy right here on spirited, and as you can see, it has a 400k FE per tick power rate. I don't know what that is, but you can see on the top that it has 0 out of 0, which means this has currently no storage whatsoever. So to get the storage, you need an energy cell. So now if I toss it in there, as you can see, it now actually is starting to gain power. And this is very, very important. Now, this holds up to 400 million FE, which is great. That's perfect. And this is linked, or at least at the moment, it's powering our #1 channel. So if we go ahead and now that I asked my computer, or I taught my computer how to do this, I'm gonna ask him to make a bunch of these ender gates, and as soon as they're ready, we can power stuff up. So I got my ender gates, and now all I really need to do is just go over here and right click on all of these display stands, and you can see they're all now starting to charge up. And that's because they're draining power from channel 1, and well, channel 1 is the one that we set up down below. So now the next step is actually starting to plant some things. And now as you can see, we're not actually gonna like hoe the entire thing. We're gonna do this in a pattern or a grid shape. And that's because of the interactions of both of these blocks. As we've seen in the last video, if we put these guys next to some seeds, they're actually gonna grow faster. But what we didn't cover is that we can actually use this red fertilizer as well to speed up even more. Now, there's a little bit of an issue there, is that you cannot place it on other things than regular farmland, I believe. So only vanilla farmland can actually be used for this. I don't believe any of the other ones like Insanium and stuff like that can have this. So it's not that bad, because this actually gives us a comparable speed at the end of the day. So now all we have to do is just start placing in our crystal growth accelerators. And there's actually something that I'm not gonna do, but you guys can do if you want to. And that is, you can place crystal accelerators on these blocks as well, like so. I'm not gonna do that for aesthetic purposes. So yes, I'm technically gonna be having a loss in terms of speed, I guess you can call it that, but I don't really mind at the moment. I believe this is gonna be fast enough, you know, for what we need. But with everything placed, it looks like this, you know, and it's kind of funny how it looks. I kind of like it. But we're missing some key in important things over here. And we're missing something to harvest the seeds, because those ones are not gonna get like broken automatically. We need to actually harvest, and to do that we're gonna be using these harvester pylons with a Celestine hoe, and we're actually gonna give it fortune to see if it actually increases. I believe it does increase the yield that we get, and we're also gonna grab this drops teleporter to assign it to our storage immediately, because I do not want, oh, that's the wrong place to do it, it's here. I do not want to have the hassle of picking the things up if we can automatically tell them to go into the drawers. And all you need to do is come over here into the middle, and I do believe we can actually place, yes, we can place it, and it still keeps the water there, which is amazing. Gonna give it the hoe, and it does say that it requires an inventory. And this is where I'm gonna try and get around what it needs. You see, we're gonna grab this and we're gonna try and test it out. For example, imagine we have a drawer there. We're gonna shift right click this and tell, well, everything you break ends up there. And then we're gonna place it over here. And now it does need a storage, so we're gonna give it that drawer over there. And if I can, yeah, so the pylon is working. We're gonna increase its area to, I believe it's a 9x9, which is this entire square. And now all I really need is to place any type of seeds. We have this dye seed, and we can see it's breaking super fast. But yeah, okay, that's my fear. It's actually gonna go into there, which, well, it's fine. We can have the drawer controller there, and I believe it should still link up perfectly fine. But unfortunately, my little gems over here are not gonna be used today. So instead of using those, we're actually going to be using some unbreakable hoes. And to do that, we can just grab over here, and I completely forgot about netherite, which is, well, part of me, I guess. I keep forgetting stuff. And now there we go. We can grab the netherite version, and we can actually go ahead and grab the Haldemodian version as well. And these ones are now unbreakable. So we can use them as much as we want. You know what, let's actually try out these dimensional chests, you know, instead of using the way that I was going for by directly putting the storage controller over there. I'm actually going to put the storage controller down here, connecting to all the drawers up there, and then we're gonna give it a dimensional chest. Now I'm gonna change the frequency to be like 8, for example. Yeah, it's gonna be public. I'm gonna do the same with another one, but down here, sending the items to the controller. So we put him over here, we give him the 8 frequency, just like the other one that we had up there. Oh, we need to change it. Okay. Let's not forget to change the other one upstairs. And we're gonna do this with the ultimate pipe upgrade, so it could be as fast as possible over there. Let's make sure I change this. Okay, we need to put it back to 8 as well. There we go, 8 frequency. Now, for example, we got iron seats. We place them there. They should be sent there and immediately be put into the drawer, I'm guessing. Where's the iron? Yep, there it goes. It's actually going up. That's perfect. So all the seeds are pointed. There's still some spaces here and there for extra ones that we might get in the future. And I'm using the outside ones to put like the less needed ones, but it's still nice that we're farming them. And yeah, you can see that the speed of this is already amazing. And the same is now done for the Imperium, and well, this one is gonna go a lot faster. So now that we have it connected, we can even see in real time all of them slowly rolling. And so as I start building the greenhouse, I actually hooked up this thing. And I think it's working. I believe it is. So if we go down over here, we can see we have a bunch of pipes going in. We have a cable going into there that's going to be our import, so it will import the item back into our computer. And we have the pattern provider on this chest, and we have it like so. To make the empowered version, it just places all the items into the chest. Then from here, going upwards, only the Pavis block is able to go upwards directly into the empower. Everything else has the palace blocked. So it will block this item from going into the sides. So it will always end up in the middle. And then another thing I did was actually lock this. So as long as there's one recipe still to be made in here, nothing gets pushed into the chest. Because if you had multiple items coming in, that could be troublesome. But I believe this is now perfectly working. I want to believe so. So let's give it a go. Let's ask for 5. And if it's able to do these 5 perfectly, then I'll consider it a success. For now, at least. Well, it's going good. Let's just wait. Well, nothing is stuck. So I believe that is a success. Oh, would you look at that? Apparently, this glass kind of acts like bone meal, because I did not place nothing here. Well, let's just hope it's doing the same thing over there. So I guess this is now fully complete. Besides the left side, which could probably still need some seeds and stuff like that, but I still need to craft them, I guess. There's a couple empty spots over here that we're probably going to be using for some extra seeds as well. So if we need, like, for example, an extra resource or more of the ones that we currently have, which, to be fair, we kind of do need more of some of these. So I might just replicate some seeds and make more, for example, copper and stuff like that we need tons of. Now we have the upstairs part, which hopefully is where I can actually automate these atomic reconstructors. So bear with me while I try to figure this out. Bro, seriously? Here? In the completely closed off space? Really? And you don't have nothing good to offer? Oh, and yeah, there are cable facades. If you take a look here, and you made them by making some cable anchors and putting the block in the middle. It is weird because if you just search facade, it doesn't show up. But the recipe is there, as you can see, so you can do it. Well, it looks like a monstrosity, but I technically only needed a single strip of this to automate it, but I kind of wanted to do more, so I made more, and then it turned out to be a little more complicated, and I probably overcomplicated it, but I think this should work. So basically, what's going on here? we have our atomic reconstructors over here. They're on a pulse mode, which is basically right click with the torch and they would change to a pulse mode. And then we have this redstone clock on top, which is powering it whenever it's activated, and it's powering this dispenser as well. Now this dispenser is where we're going to put in our patterns. So for example, we can slide them up on here, and then we can put, for example, let's put this one that's making us or using a block of iron, and let's put this one that's using a block of redstone over here. And then whenever it puts the block in, it will then have a comparator back here, which then triggers a signal that unlits this torch. This torch powers this torch. Then we have this red alloy. This could be redstone. I just used red alloy because I was doing some finicky things. Ended up using this because it kind of looks a little bit different as well. But then this gets powered, which then comes down here, depowers this torch, which then activates the clock, and the clock just tosses the dispenser, powers the reconstructor. It should, in theory, all work out. There may be the need to get some sort of delay up in here. I'm still gonna test it out. Oh yeah, of course, collecting the stuff. To collect the stuff, I'm gonna use an item collector with filters on to just pick up thing into a chest and then import it back to the system. So that's really not the hard part here. Okay, so I think I now have it. And yes, there's probably better ways to do this, but I kind of want to do it with redstone. So basically, we have the comparator, which the signal was just like not strong enough for me to actually get anything done. So I added a repeater. The repeater then unpowers this torch, which powers that torch, which then depowers this one, which then depowers this redstone wire, which means that this thing right here can actually start clocking. It will start clicking on the dispenser. No, okay, all right. Then back here, we take the pulse that comes from the clock, we delay it a little bit, send it downwards and into the atomic reconstructor. Of course, this means that if we're gonna simulate this, we're gonna have to rearrange onto the sides some of these power things. But it's not really that big of an issue, right? There we go. It's done already. Well, actually, because of the way that I'm placing these ender keys means that this one does not have power or does not have any available area for me to place the ender gate because of the contraption. But we have that. We have an energy transmitter, which hopefully is going to fix the issue. Now, I did just align it so it would only power that one since the other ones already have the gate. And this should be more than enough to keep that guy powered. Now, I may break my own system, but I don't know if it works unless I stress test it. So I'm going to make it do a stack of each of those. Or 100. It's the same thing. So 100 is easier to, not 1,000, 100. And hopefully everything goes to plan. If not, well, yeah. Well, seems to be working so far. Well, tested for 4 different ones. They all came back. Now I'm doing the last 2. So I'm pretty sure this is a success. But you know what, guys? I think that's all the time we're gonna have for today. And that was a pretty good day, you know, making the entire mystical agricultural farm plus some actual additions automation. And, well, oh, come on, man, really? But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and see you next time. Bye!